All right, guys, I'm back. It's a new year, and I still have a YouTube channel. God damn. Am I still relevant? Some of you guys might be like, of course, damn, you are. Some of you guys might be like, no, you're not. Who the hell do you think you are? You're not relevant. Were you ever even relevant? But guys, it doesn't even matter. I'm still making videos and still share my thoughts on the league that I love so dearly, the English Premier League. And we are halfway done with the season. Halfway. Liverpool do have a game in hand. Everton do have a game in hand. But for the most part, all the other teams have played 19 matches. And if the season was to finish right now, Liverpool would be crowned champions, runaway champions, you know? So, kudos to Liverpool, man. Let's give them a round of applause, man. Let's give them a round of applause. They've done well. They won the first half of the season. But could they follow that up with a quality second half of the season to finish with about 90 points? Could they do it? Or would they allow Manchester City to win all their remaining matches and snatch the title out of their hands? That looks quite unlikely. Or are we going to see Arsenal under Mikel Arteta finally do it? Arsenal finally winning the title after the 03-04 season. It's been a while, Arsenal. It's been a while. But Chelsea, they were picking up some steam. They're falling by the wayside a bit. Could we see Nottingham Forest stun the world like Leicester did? Are we going to see some? Oh, we're going to see Newcastle? I don't know. Right now, it looks like a Liverpool title because when you really check it out, Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, they did really, really well. And I mean really freaking well. I think they deserve more titles, but because of Manchester City, you know, and the way they were playing, Liverpool did not win the titles they were supposed to win. It was supposed to be about 3 to 4 titles in that period. But I must say this, and I tease the Liverpool fans all the time, and I say, one title in the last 34 years, that's not good enough. You need to add more. And I think this season could be the year where Liverpool are going to add another title to their cabinet, man, because they do deserve it. They've been playing some quality football, and if they fall by the wayside and not pull it off, it will be a shame. It will be a shame. Let me just start the video off by saying that. So let's run through the 10 matches that were played this weekend, match week 19. I give my thoughts, and you know, you give yours in the comment section down below. I'm not trying to be super long. I'm actually drinking some mango juice right here, and I want to go back to my wife and cuddle up in the couch, you know, before I hit the bed. So yeah, let's do this. So let's do it in order, you know what I mean? Let's do it in order. Leicester City 0, Manchester City 2. So I did predict a 2-1 win for City. I had a feeling that my team were going to pull it off. You know, picked up a decent result against Everton. I think should have won that game, but didn't. And at least we didn't lose. You see what I mean? And if you don't know, City is my team. So at least we didn't lose. But to come back and pull off a win against Leicester is a step in the right direction. We shouldn't be in the position that we're in right now. We should have still been in the reckoning. You see what I mean? Liverpool with 40. How many points Liverpool got? 45 points. And Man City should have been, even though, let's say we're not playing up to standard, we should have been around about 40 points. You know, 5 points behind at this point of the season. Liverpool would never feel confident, you know, with a 5-point lead ahead of City. But we find ourselves only 31 points, 6 losses already in the first half of the season. If we are to really, you know, impose ourselves and lodge a title challenge, we need to go perfect in the second half. Nothing less than perfect. I mean, 19 matches, 3 points every game. That's going to give us, what, 51 points? We need to do that. 51 points. You see what I mean? Am I right? That has to be right. 19 by 3. No. Where did I come up with 51 though? I'm trying to figure out where did I come up with 51? It's not. Oh my goodness, man. You know what? I was doing the math right. I was doing like, okay, 3 by 20 is 60. And all you need to do is to just freaking take out 57, man. Come on, man. Come on. Guys, I'm smarter than that. You see what I'm saying? I am smarter than that. So 57 points, that will give us only 88 points this season. That's still not. Liverpool, the way they're playing right now, they need to drop some serious points. You see? But if City go on a mat, oh, let me stop being delusional. That's not happening. That is not happening. That is not happening. So, look, let me just be happy with the win. Savio in the 21st minute. Very savvy. Follow up for the rebound. Tap it in. His first goal for Manchester City. And he did pick up the assist for the Erling Haaland goal in the 74th minute as well. Unluckily for Leicester, they had a rookie goalkeeper named Stalacic in the goal. Their first choice, Hermansen, not fit. And I don't know what's going on with Danny Ward. Guys, you believe Liverpool, swindled all that money out of Leicester for Danny Ward. But never forget that transfer deal, man. Danny Ward, another one that comes to mind is like let me see Christian Benteke. There's a few deals that Ryan Brewster. There's a few deals that Liverpool swindled, money from other teams. And the list goes on, man. The list definitely goes on. But good win for Manchester City, not so much for Leicester. They're going through a slump right about now. They have lost their last 4 matches on the bounce. And as for Manchester City, only 2 losses in the last 5. So that's a step in the right direction if you ask me. City go up to 6th and Leicester 19th. That was Pep Guardiola's 500 game in charge, and what a way to mark, that landmark with a important victory and a clean sheet for Ortega as well, who was pretty good in that game. Pulled off a few big saves. It could have, listen, this game could have turned out way different because Leicester, they threatened on a few occasions. They could have scored some goals. But I think for the most part, we kept our poise. We weren't punished for our mistakes, and it was a more polished performance on the day. I'm not going to get too much into the nitty-gritty. I'm not going to talk about Grealish not scoring any goals in 2024, anything like that. But I could see us stepping in the right direction. And look, man, it's January, and the transfer window is open. Are we going to throw some money at it? I know you guys are looking at me like, damn, here you go again, man. City are disgusting. They always want to throw money at their problems. What else you going to do when you have problems? You got to throw money at it. That's the only way you do things. Throwing money at your problems. If you want to figure things out another way, trust me, you're going to be in the hole for a very, very long time. You might even get relegated. You see what I'm saying? But you know what? It's great to be stepping in the right direction. Unlike Manchester United. But Leicester do need to start picking up some wins. City heading in the right direction, and I'm happy about that. So, not going to linger too much. Kevin De Bruyne played. He looked good. Maybe we need some signings, man. Or maybe we need Savio to start really, coming into that player that he was at Girona. Maybe that's what we need, man. Maybe we need Pep Guardiola to just flick a switch and just start going mad. We need to start cooking. You see what I mean? We've been playing games all season, though. So, let me keep it going, man. A little bit too long-winded on that one, but let me keep it going. Next up, Everton 0, Nottingham Forest 2. Give it up to Nuno and Forest, man. These guys are second in the league. I think Arsenal did leapfrog them. Yeah, they're third in the league now, 37 points. They're punching above their weight. And they only need one more win to hit that 40-point mark. Could you believe this team was actually, fighting off relegation last season? They came 17th. 17th. They got a total of 32 points, man. 32 points last season. They picked up 9 wins, and they've already picked up 10 wins already this season. So give it up to Forest. Testament of, just sticking to the script, believing in your game plan, and, just making things work, man, because when you really think about Forest, when they got promoted, first thing they did was sign a bunch of players. They did get punished for it, points deduction and everything. But then the second season, they trimmed the squad, refined the squad even more, brought in some more players, and then this season, it seems as if they've streamlined the squad down to where they want it, and they've gotten the players that are clicking and that are working wonders under Nuno Espirito Santo, man. So, big win. You know, I can't say, all I have for Forest is just praises, man. They've been doing really, really well, punching above their weight, and let's just hope it continues, because it is good for, it's a really good look for the league, and I would definitely like to see them in the Champions League next season, but not at the expense of my team, Manchester City. Let me just put that out there. But it's going to be at the expense of a team, but I don't want it to be City. So for Everton, that's a setback for them. They were at home. I did predict a 1-1 draw. You know, Everton, they've been really good defensively. They've been picking up some decent results. They got a good result against Manchester City. So I was thinking that it would happen again at home against Forest. You know what I mean? But they were outplayed, outscored, and they would walk away without anything. So with that being said, Everton right now, Everton 16th, they do have 17 points, and that is actually their first loss in their last 5 games. They drew the previous 3 and 1 win in their previous 5 matches. So they need to pick up some wins. They need to score more goals. Calvert-Lewin ain't firing. They need their forwards really firing. Could the transfer window help Everton out? You know, bring in a player, maybe like a Marcus Rashford? Who knows, man? I know I just threw that one out there. Maybe you weren't expecting it, but maybe a player from another club who's not getting a lot of game time, like a forward, maybe like a Danny Ings. I know he played for Liverpool and all, but, you know, maybe one of these guys. You see what I'm saying? Look around the league, find a striker that's not getting a lot of game time, bring him over, you know, and that might actually kickstart. That might be a catalyst for something at Everton. I know they have forwards, but you're not going to sit back and wait for Armando Broja and Beto and Calvert-Lewin to start scoring, because these guys have been cold. You see what I mean? But anyways, man, good win for Forest. So I got to keep it moving. All right, my daughter's mom hit me up. What did she say? Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. Okay. Pardon me there, guys. Pardon me there. So, all right. I have to sign some passport papers for my daughter, so that's what that was about. So, anyways, guys, Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 1. Not going to linger too much on that. I did predict a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. And, you know, if I put $10 on that, I would have won some money. I need to stop putting my money where my mouth is and win some money, man, on these bets. I've been betting, guys. Definitely been betting. Won some money on the Newcastle Manchester United game, because I knew deep down that Newcastle were not losing that game. Man United are in the mud right now. We're going to get to that. But Palace 2, Southampton 1. In this game, we had Tyler Diblin in the 15th. You know, he's going to get a big move this summer for sure. And then Trevor Chalobah in the 31st and Ebericha Eze from distance in the 52nd. Good win for, what's his name, man? Damn. I'm bugging out, man. I almost said Ralph Ragnick. I don't know what I'm thinking, man. Oliver Glasner and Crystal Palace there. Good win. They need that. They need to separate themselves from the bottom teams. So Palace, they're 20 points. They're 15th right about now. And for Southampton, they're glued to the bottom of the table. 6 points. New manager, same results. So with that being said, guys, I'm a little under the weather, though, to be honest. I'm feeling 100%. feel like I was getting the flu, but I'm feeling a lot better now. So, yeah. So, we're going to keep it moving, man. Tottenham 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. I did predict a 3-1 win for Wolves. I was actually going for the Portuguese boys to continue their winning ways under Vitor Pereira, but they had to salvage a draw. They almost lost this game, but it was a very, very entertaining one. Back and forth, you know what I mean? End-to-end stuff between these two teams. And Spurs, when they really needed to win this game, because they've been going through somewhat of a slump right now, they had it, even with all the injuries and everything they're dealing with. They had it, and they let it slip at the last moment. So, Hwang Hee-chan in the 7th minute, good goal. Rodrigo Bentancur with a 12th-minute goal. Then Brennan Johnson gives Spurs the lead. And then late in the match, Jurgen Strand Larsen in the 87th minute from a tight angle to give Wolves a 2-2 draw. I actually put some money on this game, and I was so happy when Wolves pulled off the draw, because I don't think I put money on Spurs winning 2-1. So I am happy about that, you know what I mean? So I could see in the news right now, Wolves are in January move to sign former Tottenham Hotspur defender. It's from One Football though, you know. I don't really mess with One Football like that. They actually tried to give me a deal one time, and I should have took the deal, but I actually didn't. I don't know why I didn't, man. I was asking for more money. You're going to give me a deal to shout them out in videos and stuff. I should have just took it, you know. And I didn't take it, you know. I was being greedy. In retrospect, in hindsight, I should have took it. And that was a deal I always wanted, man. I see people saying One Football, download. You know, when you get a sponsorship on YouTube, you feel like you made it. You know, you get that respect. People are like, oh, wow, Dom got a sponsorship. Guys, man, my dumbass, man. I told the people, man, you know, no respect for me. You know what I mean? You know, this is a low ball offer. It was kind of low, but I should have took it, though. They were offering me about $130 a month to shout them out. I should have took it, man. I could have used that money and pay a bill, man, you know. I messed up. But the defender that they're looking for, I'm kind of curious, though. Japhet Tanganga. Okay. Tanganga was a fighter, man. He was a real utility defender. And I think they didn't treat Japhet Tanganga properly. So, yeah, 2-2. Spurs shared in this one. Great result for Wolves. But even with that result, Wolves are just outside the relegation zone with 16 points. 1 point ahead of Ipswich, who are in 18th, and 2 points ahead of Leicester in 14th. So, Wolves need to keep this momentum going if they are to survive the drop. So, but they're playing well. The Portuguese brigade is back. And I'm pretty sure they're going to actually recruit some quality players from Portugal, some Portuguese teams, you know, maybe some players on the outskirts of some other teams who are Portuguese, and they're going to survive in the league. You got to do, by all means necessary, stay in the freaking league. As for Spurs, they're 11, not great at the first half of the season. They need big improvements. 24 points, not good enough. Lackluster, 9 losses already this season, just like Manchester United. They need to do a lot better. That's way too many losses in the first half of the season. And listen, Ange Postecoglou, in my opinion, is heading into sacking territory. Because if this form continues, they might sack him. Because this ain't good for a team like Spurs. Spurs are a top team, supposed to be a top team. And these results are piss poor, if you ask me. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to keep it moving, man. I got a lot to talk about, and I'm not going to spend the whole day talking about Spurs. Next match, Ipswich 2, Chelsea 0. God damn. Give it up to Ipswich Town, man. Wow. The first win at their home stadium this season in the Premier League, man. God damn. Give it up to Ipswich. Give it up to Kieran McKenna. And guys, if you don't know, man, this guy led his team to double promotion. I'm talking about from League One to the Championship, and then from the Championship to the Premier League. That is nuts. That is nuts, man. You got to give it up to him. And that is why they ain't sack him yet. Because they're just showing him some loyalty, you know what I mean? Showing him some loyalty. Let's say Ipswich survive and he does some kind of things like this next season, they'll sack him. But for now, they're going to stick with him. If they go back down, they're going to attempt, you know, to bring Ipswich back up with Kieran McKenna. But when you go down, it's pretty hard to come back up because sometimes, you know, you want to, you know, let go some of the more expensive players. And so it'd be a little difficult, man. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I want to go down that road. But Liam Delap from the penalty spot in the... Oh, and I forgot to mention, man, in the Spurs game, freaking Heung-min Son missed a penalty. Heung-min Son missed the penalty. He got his penalty saved. I forgot to mention that. Guys, I'm not going to mention every single thing. I'm going to talk about what I remember. I'm not watching every single game. I'm watching games, but I'm making sure that I watch all the highlights. And the highlights don't show every single thing. But for 2025, you know, I'm going to try to do more videos. I'm going to try to start going back on Reddit, getting all the little nice articles and, you know, do a little segment, man. You know what I'm saying? Do a little segment. Maybe sometimes in the studio, maybe go live and not just in my car all the time. You know, I'm not apologizing for this, guys. I'm doing what I could do. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing what I could do. And if I do this, I get to do it quick. I get to go in. If I'm in the house, I'm too comfortable. I'm streaming for 3-4 hours. Right about now, I can't do that, man. You see what I'm saying? I really don't have the time to do that. You feel me? So, in this game, guys, Ipswich 9 shots at goal, 6 on target. Delap in the 12th minute. Hutchinson in the 53rd. Chelsea had 20 shots at goal, 5 on target, 76% of the ball. Still lost. I am very disappointed in Chelsea. Very. Look, congrats to Ipswich, man. Big scalp here. Big scalp. Only their 3rd win this season. Big scalp, man. Big scalp. 15 points, 1 point outside the drop zone. But for Chelsea, they had this serious momentum going, man. Serious momentum. I was saying that Chelsea could actually threaten Liverpool, you know, for the title. Chelsea in the title race with Liverpool. Now these guys dropped to freaking 4th, 35 points, 10 points behind Liverpool, and Liverpool got a game in hand. Chelsea, I am absolutely and utterly disappointed in you. Draw, loss. Come on, man. Come on, seriously. Seriously, Chelsea. I'm so disappointed in this team right now. They had something going and I thought that something special was going to happen, but I was wrong, man. I was wrong. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This win for Ipswich is great for the league. As for Enzo Maresca and Chelsea, they're going to just have to look to maybe change something because something's gone pear-shaped here. Change something, tweak something, get back to winning ways. You know? Second half of the season, new year, let's see if they could get back on track. Because right now, they've been derailed. Definitely derailed. 4th. So, guys, with that being said, man, I could go on. You know, I could continue talking and talking, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it going. I have a few matches still to talk about. And let's get it done. I did predict Chelsea to beat Ipswich 2-0. I do still have quite a few matches to talk about. So let's get it going. Let's talk about them. Fulham 2, Bournemouth 2. And my prediction was a 2-2 draw. You see what I'm saying? So I was a lot better this week in terms of my predictions. With predicting City to win. Predicting Palace to win. Predicting this draw. Predicting Liverpool to win. I predicted United to lose. I predicted Arsenal to win. So I've done really well with my predictions this week, but it doesn't happen every week, guys. I'm human. Just remember that I'm human, okay? I'm human. You might think I'm invincible sometimes, but I'm only human, all right? Anyways, in this game, Raul Jimenez, 40th minute. Evan Nilsson from a tight angle. 51st minute. Harry Wilson, man, he been Fulham's hero this season. 72nd minute, and Dango Ouattara, the man from Burkina Faso, in the 89th minute to give Bournemouth a point here. Teams of similar ilk, they've been just playing similar football, similar result, very impressive, and the result, testament of that. So with that result, 7th for Bournemouth, 8th for Fulham, 30 and 29 points respectively. Listen, man, I could go on and on about these teams, and I just have a lot of praises to show on both these teams this season. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. 1 and 2 points behind Manchester City. If that's what you're doing, that's great. You first half of the season, you're above Spurs, you're above United. Listen, man. Listen, you're above Villa. You're doing something right. You're doing something right. So we are gonna keep it moving, man. I could talk about a lot, but I'm not going down any rabbit holes right now, guys. Definitely not. So next up. I know I usually do these reviews in like 50 minutes, but I'm not trying to be here for 50 minutes today. Villa 2, Brighton 2. I predicted a 1-1 draw. Right now, once again, teams of similar ilk, and I didn't know which way to go. So I played it safe. You see me? You see what I mean? When you're not sure, when you're not comfortable, you play it safe, man. You see what I mean? Guys, if you know, you know. You play things safe. So 2-2. In this game, Simon Adingra in the 12th minute. Ollie Watkins from the penalty spot in the 36th. Morgan Rogers giving Villa the lead in the 47th. And Tariq Lamptey, of all people, scoring a couple goals this season in the 81st minute to give Brighton a point. Well-needed point for Brighton because they've been very poor lately. And they're 10th first half of the season. Not bad, but no wins in their last 5 to 6 games. And for Villa, they lost their last game, but that kind of stopped the bleeding. Very so-so last 5 with 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. I think I need some of my mango juice here. But yeah, guys. Yeah, who's that? Who is that? Who is that? Pulling up to me slowly in that Range Rover. But anyways, man, yeah, good point for both teams. Not in great form right about now. And you finish off the year with a point, not bad. So Villa at 9th, Brighton at 10th, 29 points for Villa, 27 points for Brighton. All these teams are doing well. I like what I'm seeing. Brighton, Villa, Fulham, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Forest, all in the top 10. I like that, man. I like that. And you know what else I like? I like to see Manchester United down at 14, struggling right about now. Love to see it. Love to see it. So with that being said, guys, we got 3 more games to talk about. The West Ham, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, and Arsenal, Brentford. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk a bit longer about United, and I'm going to talk a bit longer about, Liverpool. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk about the Brentford-Arsenal game. I was watching that game, and then I went to do the oil change on this van. Guys, I'm a mechanic. I do my own work and things like that. I do my own work, man. I do my own work. So I did an oil change, chop up the coolant, because it's winter time, these things. The vehicle is running in extreme conditions, so you got to make sure everything is on point, put proper air, inflate the tires to spec. Let me use some proper wordage. You see what I'm saying? Top up the washer fluid, and vehicle ready to go. So Brentford, I was watching the game, and Brentford scored first. Mbuemo scored first. I mean, every time I'm trying, I don't know what be going on with this freaking service, man. I think it's just Safari. Let me use Chrome. Every time I'm using Safari, it always fails me, man. Always fails me. So let me just pull up Chrome and use Chrome. I don't think I'll have that problem with Chrome. So Mbuemo in the 13th minute, and then, very good goal. tight angle, and then Brentford almost scored a second when the ball burst through Raya's hand, and in the same, in the counter attack, Arsenal went and scored through Gabriel Jesus. 29, I think that's the way it went. So 29th minute for Gabriel Jesus, 50th minute for Mikel Merino, and 3 minutes later, Gabriel Martinelli with a 53rd minute goal. Brentford did create chances though. Just a few of them, but they create some chances. 5 shots, 2 on target. Arsenal 14 shots, 5 on target. Brentford got most of the possession and everything. But you got to give a lot of credit to Arsenal for coming from behind, not feeling down, not feeling deflated, and winning this football game, man. Because this could have been, easily a banana peel for Arsenal against a team that they have been picking up points against in this London derby. So kudos to Mikel Arteta, kudos to Arsenal for keeping Liverpool within their sights. That's what's important for Arsenal right now. They're 6 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool do have a game in hand. So if you want to call it 7 points behind or 9 points behind, feel free to do whatever you want. But Arsenal are keeping Liverpool within their sights. You have to. So if Liverpool slip up, Arsenal win, you close that gap and you apply the pressure. You keep applying that pressure. But are Arsenal capable of doing that? To be honest, I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. As it seems right now, it's Liverpool's title to lose. They have to finish the last half of the season strongly. And you know who else is going to finish the last half of the season strongly? Your boy Dom. Because I'm going to keep bringing you that content. Excuse me. I'm going to keep bringing you that content, man. You see what I mean? I'm going to bring you that raw and uncut. I'm not in the studio. I'm in the car going straight off the top. Listen, man. If you think this is easy, just you try it. Try it and you see what exactly I'm talking about. So, kudos to Arsenal. You got to give them credit. No Saka, no problem. They're doing their thing. And you got to give credit to the players for stepping up. They're using who they have to their disposal. Mikel Merino starting. Declan Rice off the bench. Partey is starting. Calafiori. You're playing Nwaneri. You're playing Lewis Skelly. You know what I'm saying? You're playing, Yuri and Timber. You're using up your resources. You have to. You have to use your resources, man. Or else, then you're going to have more and more injuries. You see what I mean? So, great result for Arsenal. Not so much for Brentford. They tried, but they too are short-handed in terms of personnel, though. So, and look, man, I wasn't expecting any other result, to be honest. So, big win for the Gunners. They go up to second. 39 points. As for Brentford, they're 12 to 24 points. They should be fine. A similar or even a similar second half to the season, Brentford are fine. You know what I mean? They look, right about now, I don't think they have, of course, they might have aspirations of playing European football, but right now, it's just survival is the game, man. Stay in the league, keep doing well, keep generating that income for the club, and preserve your Premier League status. So for one team, it's preservation. For the other team, it's, the quest for glory. Arsenal trying to win the league. They've been elusive for the last 20 years. So with that being said, guys, let's move on to the next game. Manchester United 0, Newcastle United 2. My predictions, Chrome is doing the same thing, man. I think it's just something with these football matches, man. Yeah, I think it's something with the football matches that it's just not loading the thing properly. And when I hit it, it's not bringing it. I gotta go back. I did predict a 2-0 win for Newcastle United. Listen, Newcastle's been playing well. They've been picking up some really good results. And when I say that, I mean 4 wins on the bounce. Alexander Isak, I think, scoring in 6 games on the bounce. So Isak's playing well. Guys like what you call it? Their left back. What's his name? I get his name, man. Former Chelsea kid. He's playing well. Lewis Hall. He's playing well. Jacob Murphy, big contributing in terms of the goals. Freaking Anthony Gordon, man. Anthony Gordon is a baller. Anthony Gordon is a baller. And look, Newcastle should be able to hold on to him, but this is the type of player that Manchester, if you see, like if Manchester United they really knew what they were doing, I think they probably tried to sign him. I think they did try to sign him though. But you gotta have that culture. You gotta have the right culture. You know, you can't just sign him and then he goes there and flop. He left Everton and he went to Newcastle and he's flying. You see what I'm saying? So just look at that. Look at Hall. He left Chelsea, promising, went to Newcastle, and he's balling. You know what I mean? You got guys like Dan Burn and freaking Kieran Trippier still balling at Newcastle. And you have Man United struggling. This game could have been easily a higher scoreline. Tonali had chances. Isak had more chances, you know. But I like this. I like the way the Newcastle team are playing right now. The two Brazilians in the midfield with their robustness. Joel Linton transforming into a whole different type of beast. Bruno Guimaraes with his skill. You know, Tonali, he's back from his ban and he's playing well. Isak, you can't dislodge him from up top there. Poor young Osula can't get no game time. You know, and their bench is pretty strong as well. You look at their bench, very, very, you know, versatile. You have guys who can't even get no game time. Quality players can't hardly get any game time. But, you know, with that being said, you know, all praises to Newcastle. I knew they were going to go out there and win the game, and they did so. But let me tell you something. Manchester United are, man, these guys are smoked, man. These guys are done. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter who they bring. You see what I'm saying? I know when Mourinho was at the club, and that seemed like so long ago, Man United were kind of competitive, you know. In the 100-point season, Mourinho and United got 81 points. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't do too bad that season. You see? They won a couple trophies over the years. But because of the stubbornness of the board and just everything and the culture of the club, they just can't get anywhere. You see what I'm saying? They really can't get anywhere. You know, you go from Mourinho to Solskjaer to Rangnick. You go to, you know, Carrick there a little while, you know, as caretaker. Then you go to Ten Hag, who was working wonders at Ajax. And he goes to United and he becomes like a banter coach. You see? And now you have Amorim, who was a sport in doing big things, beating Manchester City in the Champions League, and then you come over to United and you look like a clown? Yeah, it's partially because of the team he inherited, but he's the one managing the team. So the results do reflect on the manager because it's the decisions that he makes, it's the players that he chooses to play. Because what if Rashford was actually starting these games? When he first started managing United, Rashford was starting. And then what happened? Rashford stopped starting, and then the results went down the drain. Think about it. So it just shows you, man. It just shows you. You have Rashford on the bench. You have Kobe Mainoo on the bench. Garnacho on the bench. These are probably the guys you actually have to start. These are the guys you got to start. The whole Joshua Zirkzee situation. How is he going to react? How is he going to recover from that? And for Joshua Zirkzee, I'm going to say it was the wrong decision for him to put on his coat. I didn't watch that part of the game. I watched the back end of the game. But I think it was a wrong decision for Zirkzee to put on his coat and go down to the dressing room and cry or whatever he did. That was very childish in my opinion. The manager took you off early in the game. Tactical decision. You're not doing well. You're not holding up. Listen, take it on the chin like a man. Put on your coat. Sit on the bench. Discuss the situation with your other freaking teammates. And I think that would be the respectable thing to do. When you're done, you talk to the manager, you find out what was going on, and you chill, you get another turn. Now, what's going to happen? What is going to happen when you disrespect the manager like that? Seriously, just think about it. 2-0 2-0 to Newcastle. Newcastle could have scored more goals. They could have scored more goals. And United had some really good chances. They missed. So United, 10 shots, not on target. They had opportunities. They missed the opportunities. I can remember Casemiro getting a good chance. Missed the chance. So, look, man, they're in the mud right now. They can't stop losing matches. And they've actually lost their last 3 Premier League matches, lost their last 4 in the last 5. Let me tell you, these are Man United's last few results, right? Let's just go down and read these results out. At home, 2-0 loss to Newcastle. On the road, 2-0 loss to Wolves. At home, 3-0 loss to Bournemouth. That's 0 goals in 3 matches, conceding a total of 7. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. The quarterfinal of the EFL Cup, 4-3 loss to Spurs. That's 11 goals conceded, scoring 3. They won the game against Manchester City. I don't know how that happened, and that's embarrassing if you ask me. I don't know how that happened. Seriously. Won to Victoria Pilsen, but lost at home to Nottingham Forest. So in terms of the home matches, Man United lost 1, 2, 3 home matches on the bounce. They did defeat Everton 4-0. They did defeat Bodo Glimt 2-0. Drew to Ipswich. Don't forget that. Drew with Chelsea. Lost to West Ham on the road. Like, are you for real? You see what I'm saying? So these results, lost to Spurs at home 3-0. This has been some terrible results. These have been some terrible results. Terrible results for Manchester United. And to make it worse, their next 2 matches are against Liverpool in the Premier League and against Arsenal in the FA Cup. The FA Cup game is a toss-up, but the game at Anfield against Liverpool is a sure L. Sure L. Listen, man, I ain't got nothing more to say. United are garbage. You know, the players are mediocre, and they can't seem to get the combination right. I don't know if there's any respite in sight. So kudos to Newcastle. They're doing well, and that was a massive win against Manchester United. So, look, man. 5th for Newcastle, 32 points. United are 14th with 22 points. And they are actually only 7 points away from the relegation zone. 7 points away. So, guys, to end today's video, Match Week 19 review of the English Premier League. We're going to end it off with the game Liverpool-West Ham. So, let me make sure I talked about all the other matches before I move on. I don't want to forget about anything. I don't want to leave out no teams. So, I did. It's going to be another 50-minute video. It's all cool with me. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I make it as long as I want to. So, look. West Ham 0, Liverpool 5. Give them the league. Give them the league. Give Liverpool the league right now. Stop the league halfway through the season and say, here you go. Put the red ribbons on the title. Take it. It's yours. Liverpool have been freaking awesome. They've been awesome. I know over the years I've given Liverpool a lot of praises, and they do not have the silverware to back up all those praises. 1 Champions League. I'm talking about the time that I've been doing my YouTube channel. 1 Champions League and 1 Premier League. There might have been some League Cups. There might have been an FA Cup here and there, the Club World Cup and a Super Cup and whatever. Listen. The main trophies, Champions League and Premier League, two. I'm not talking about the Mickey Mouse Cup and the Donald Duck Cup. I'm not talking about none of those. I'm talking about the real big things. And I think Liverpool, they deserve more than they've achieved. They really deserve more. They've played without any luck, and they deserve more titles. And it must feel bad for the Liverpool. For a Liverpool fan, it must feel bad, man. It must have that, it's like that feeling in your chest, man, of disappointment. You see what I'm saying? It's that feeling where you play the freaking lottery and you got all the numbers except one. Damn. You're like, damn. God dang. Almost bingoed. But look, man, great performances, man. Listen, I don't know what else to say about Liverpool. I really don't know what else to say about Liverpool, man. I've run out of adjective to really describe Liverpool over the years. I know they've bottled some titles and everything. They've lost some games badly, some one-off games and things like that. I don't mean to remind you Liverpool fans of any of that. But this season, it has been a perfect start to the season. I think if you offer Liverpool fans this position, this start to the season, like you said to Liverpool fans, halfway through the season, you will be top of the table with 45 points, with 14 points ahead of Manchester City. They'll cut both their hands off, cut off their feet just for that. I think so. You see what I'm saying? Or even cut off more appendages for that, position in the title. Because right about now, it seems like Liverpool are destined to win the title this season. Luis Diaz, 38th minute, great goal. Cody Gakpo, tap-in, 48th minute. Mo Salah, brilliant goal, 44th minute. Trent Alexander-Arnold, deflection, good shot still, 54th minute. And Diego Jota, what a breakaway, counter-attacking goal. Salah, picking up yet another assist. And Diego Jota coming off the bench to show Liverpool's strength and depth to score and round off a 5th goal. Let me say this. This should have been about, I don't want to say 10. It should have been at least 7. It should have been at least 7 because the amount of opportunities Liverpool got and didn't take, crazy. 22 shots at goal, 13 on target. This is ridiculous. West Ham, 7 at goal, none on target. West Ham were outplayed, but I have to say they did have some key moments in the game that if they had scored, they could have been competitive. But you need to score. You need to be clinical when you're playing against Liverpool. You see teams playing against Manchester City, how clinical they are? They're picking up results. They're winning and they're drawing games. But you got to be clinical. If you're getting the opportunities and you're not sinking them in the back of the net, then you're going to allow the better teams to say, whoa, recover, and they're going to punish you. And that's what Liverpool did to West Ham. Kudos hitting the post, Kudos getting multiple opportunities, Some of the players getting some look-ins, some big saves by Areola. Areola pulled off some big saves in this game, and I mean some big saves. This should have been at least 7 or 8. It should have been 7 or 8. But Liverpool doing the goddamn thing, man. They're doing the thing. They're winning these games by some big margins. Give it up to Arne Slot. Give it up to Liverpool's attack. Give it up to their midfield. Give it up to their defense. All the players. But Mo Salah, he's been tremendous this season. And you got to commend Mo Salah for being consistent. Ever since he signed for Liverpool, that season when he, scored a bunch of goals, Mo Salah has been consistent every single season. I know his form kind of deserted him in key moments when Liverpool needed him the most. But for the most part, the man's been consistent, man. Premier League legend, man. He's still at the club. Sadio Mane ain't at the club. You see what I'm saying? Maybe Sadio Mane should have still been at Liverpool. But Liverpool got themselves to blame for that. But at the same time, I don't think Liverpool are missing Sadio Mane because you have guys like Luis Diaz coming in, Cody Gakpo coming in, and these guys are doing really well. And something I've noticed, Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, they've been way more productive than Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez, I think, if Liverpool has, if they got Darwin Núñez firing, he's capable of firing, If you get Darwin Núñez with some shooting boots, oh man, think about that team you're gonna deal with, man. You gotta have to deal with Núñez, Salah, Jota, Luis Diaz. You see what I'm saying? Let's say if Szoboszlai, even Curtis Jones is playing well. Title for sure. Title for sure. Let me stop. Because 1 week I'm talking up Chelsea. Next week I'm like, okay, yeah. I can't be flip-flopping like that, man. I can't be flip-flopping like that. But Liverpool, it looking like it's theirs, man. I need, for 2025, from now till May, once Liverpool are playing well, I need to give them the credit, give them kudos, and just say how it is. Say how it is. I don't want to be, salty and, be mad because City are not winning. Listen, man. City won the last 4 titles. If City continue to win the title every season, the league's going to be boring, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at the Serie A since Juventus stopped winning. You get in AC Milan. You get in Napoli. You get in Inter Milan. You know what I mean? Now you see Atalanta like they want to win it. You see what I'm saying? Look at the Bundesliga. You have a new winner. Look at the French league. When PSG not winning it every year, you got Lille. You see, you got Monaco won the league that time. You know what I'm saying? You got some new winners peeking out the cracks. And this could be Liverpool's year to peek out the cracks. You see what I mean? So, guys, halfway through the season, we're done. Half of the season gone. And in terms of the, I want to just, before I go, I just want to run through let me go back. I want to run through the leaderboard really, really quick. Players. Let me see something. God damn. I don't know why this thing doing this. Anyway, stats. Premier League. Mo Salah, 17 goals in the first half of the season. Give it up to Salah, man. Erling Haaland, 14 goals. Isaac with 12. Cole Palmer with 12. Brighton Bournemouth with 11. He scored today. And Chris Wood with 11. There's more players, of course, on the list there. In terms of assists, Salah, 30 goals and assists. 30 goals involvement. That is wicked, man. That is wicked. Give it up to Mo Salah. Is he going to win player of the season? Left to be seen. Saka with 10. Anthony Robertson with 7. He's earning a big move this summer. You know what I'm saying? Clear your bank account. There's some money coming in. Amad Diallo with 6. Diallo should leave United. Cole Palmer with 6. Son Heung-min with 6. Jacob Murphy with 6. And Mikkel Damsgaard with 6. So that's what the league is looking like so far this season. And guys, in terms of the next matches coming up, let me just finish off the video. Spurs will play Newcastle this Saturday. Bournemouth, Everton. Aston Villa, Leicester. Crystal Palace versus Chelsea, that London derby. Southampton, Brentford. And we have Manchester City, West Ham at home. Brighton, Arsenal rounds off the Saturday matches, while on Sunday, Fulham play Ipswich. Liverpool take on Manchester United. And on Monday, you have Wolves coming up against Nottingham Forest. So, looking forward to the weekend matches. The first full match week of the year. And I'll keep bringing you the heat, man. The next video will be the prediction video. I'm going to look to drop that either tomorrow or Friday. Most likely Friday to keep the thing going. So, guys, don't want to go over an hour. Thanks a lot for watching yet another one. I may have missed some major talking points and things like that. But to be honest, man, I'm only human. I'm only one guy. I'm doing this off the top. Watch the highlights, watch a few games, and I'm just sharing my thoughts. So let me take another sip of my mango juice before I go. And it is mango juice, guys. It is mango juice. I think it might be like fermented mango juice. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'm your boy, Dam. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, peace out. Rich. Squad. Guys, we talk.